Allyson Berger here with Be Terrific. Welcome to NAB 2017. We are live right now at the Live View booth at NAB. Pretty exciting. It's a lot of excitement going on, like I just said, because GoPro is doing one of their daily giveaways and they've been chanting nonstop. So hopefully you'll still be able to pay attention to us here. I'm here with a very special guest, George Billinger, the president of the Society of Camera Operators. Do you hear that?
I can hear that chanting. I want to join. I want a free GoPro.
Should we start our own chant and get louder than them?
Let's do it. I bet we could blow them out with these microphones.
Be terrific.
Be terrific. Be terrific. All right. I want my reward now.
Right? Can we win the prize?
Yeah, the prize.
I think we should. So how are you doing today, George?
Things are going great, Allyson.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How are you doing at NAB? This is your second time coming.
Second time here at NAB. There's so much to see. It's actually overwhelming to the point sometimes where it's hard to keep up, but it's an amazing event to showcase all the technologies and what all the different vendors are doing for the whole filmmaking community.
Right. What thing do you look forward to seeing most?
Well, with my background, I'm really interested in the late, all the electronic, gimbals in stabilization.
Interesting.
There's been a fascinating revolution there taking place on how cameras are stabilized and how they're used.
Have you seen anything that's blown your mind so far today?
No, I wouldn't say mind-blowing, but it's just, the rapid, developments, everything in 4K now and now going to 8K, the developments of the new lens technologies. I mean, everything relates, but it's an impressive, array of people's resources to put this stuff together.
Right, and you've had such a long-standing career. What do you think about how technology has evolved, and did you ever fathom that it would get to an 8K?
No. And the answer is no. Yeah, I embrace new technology as a filmmaker and a camera operator. So I think it's something that we're chasing those numbers, but it continues to change, I think, for the better.
Do you find that some of your colleagues aren't embracing the new technology the way you are? Like, are some of them still living in the past and not wanting to move forward, or everyone kind of jumping on the bandwagon and wanting to evolve with technology and see the new products and are enjoying it?
Yeah, very good question. I think that you really have to pay attention to everything that's being done because you can fall behind.
Right.
So it does take a big investment to stay current with everything. And some of the stuff is, I think, appropriate and it finds its place. Other stuff maybe not so much for a specific domain. But you do have to invest in wanting to really know what's out there because there's so much, to learn from now and see. Yeah.
And you've just invested in something special that you were just telling me about.
Yes, I have.
Please tell our friends at home what's going on with you.
Okay. So I have a new system here with a partner, Manolo Rojas. We've formed a company called Chili Pepper Labs, and we are introducing a new wireless RF video transmission system.
Okay, and so what can the consumer expect from that?
Well, this is a system that was been in development for probably about 5 years, and it's designed from our perspective of being camera operators and Steadicam operators in the industry. We've consulted with DITs, other operators, directors of photography, and putting in a lot of features that we think are applicable to what we do in feature film production.
I think it's so important that, being in the industry and actually being on the floor using the products, and now you're creating products to make your jobs easier. We just spoke to another man who created the Duddy dolly. We spoke to Duddy.
Okay.
And, yeah.
I like the name. The name is great.
And I hope I just didn't screw that up. But, he needed a product to work for him. And, that happens a lot. That's a problem a lot with products, is that the people that are creating it aren't on the floor using it. Right. And I think that's so important with what you're doing.
Yeah. I think the first person perspective on that and knowing what's necessary and what would make the job easier and also better in the use of the technology was how we approached the Dream system.
Is it all a dream? Was it all
right
a dream?
now, it's all a dream being here and having its premiere. Yeah, it's a little. We could say it's a dream. We'll wake up from it. We'll see how it goes sales-wise.
Was it nerve-wracking?
Yeah, it's a lot developing any product. There's a lot of heavy lifting, as they say, to be done, and at times overwhelming. But it's been an incredible ride, an incredible investment of being creative and the resources necessary to get there. So good. Thus far, great.
And you've gotten a good response so far from people coming to your booth?
Yes, we have. We're with Tiffin. So
Okay.
our transmitters are on some of their Steadicams at the moment. And
Nice.
people, I think, are enjoying what they're seeing and asking a lot of questions and taking a lot of brochures. So.
That's all you can ask for,
That's all we
right?
can ask for, yeah, absolutely.
So what do you expect the most when you come to NAB? Is it to meet other filmmakers? Is it to reconnect with people you haven't seen in a while? Is it to see the new technology? What do you get excited? I mean, this is your second time, so you got the first taste last year. Yeah. Do you have any expectations?
Well, it's always great to see friends and colleagues and everybody else that's involved in, as filmmakers. It's also good to reconnect with vendors who you've used in the past and keep those relationships strong.
Right.
Because they're always coming up with new stuff and they're always happy to share.
And then you want to get the deal for the next time
you
you have to buy
the deal the
something.
next time,
Yep.
yeah.
Okay.
Right. So that always you got to work that. Want a discount.
Right.
When you're ready to buy. But yeah, all of that works into the nature of what NAB is. It's that gathering place for technology, but also people to communicate and catch up, and also exchange of ideas.
So if you could describe NAB in one word, what would it be?
One word. Let me see. I would say it would be fantastic.
Why?
Well, some of the stuff that I had never thought about, it goes from being an idea and a concept or a fantasy and becomes reality. And you see stuff that's maybe talked about a couple years or 3 years ago or whatever it may be, and then it's developed and it's in front of you. And the transformation and the evolution of the products.
That's really cool.
Is incredible.
It is.
Yeah, it is. So it's like a fantasy. You
Yeah.
can dream something up. Somebody here is either trying to make it or they will make it or it's here.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't think about it like that. Interesting perspective. Well, George, some of our viewers might not know your background and how your career started, so can you give us a little history lesson on yourself?
It started yesterday at the Hilton Grand Vacations. That's a plug. I walked in here and they said, "Oh, hey, you look like a camera dude, so you should talk right now." So my career started out of film school. I went to Loyola Marymount University, have a degree in film, and I started in a camera department at Warner Brothers. And I
Not a bad place to start.
Not a bad place. No, it's a pretty good pedigree.
Yeah.
And I started as a camera assistant and spent a lot of time figuring that out, but not too much.
So the goal was always to work with cameras, and you wanted to.
Yeah, that was
the goal always to be a camera operator?
That was my thing. I guess I transitioned into that like people do after spending time as a camera assistant. But it was something that I wanted to do because it was the creative aspects of it and the ability to, tell stories, but in a different way because of the nature of what you get to do with the camera. So it all relates. I'm no good without a great camera assistant. I'm no good without a brilliant DP.
Right.
In conjunction of working together and sharing ideas. And so the whole creative mix, we all depend on each other, and we're just as good as the person we're working for or with. Yeah, to figure out the synergy of making a great piece.
What do you think is the best film you worked on?
Okay. I would have to say probably in my list of highlights would be, I'm very proud of the film Lincoln.
Yes.
And another movie that was done some time ago called Master and Commander that Peter Weir directed.
Okay.
But I have to say if
I
had to go out on a movie, it would be Lincoln, I guess.
And what made that so special for you?
It was the performance by Daniel Day-Lewis in the subject matter. And just a beautifully written script by Tony Kushner. So everything fell into place with great imaging, but also such powerful words. A deep story that is we can all relate to as Americans, and it's very touching. Yeah.
So working on a film for you to make it a really great experience is not just the job you're doing; it's really all aspects of it and the final output of it.
No, it's about participating fully in the storytelling and the mechanism of how you do that. Yeah, it's not just the there is technology that we use, and you have to embrace that, but it's about how you use those tools as an artist and as a creator and author of that work to fulfill that legacy of what, the script is when you read it.
So what legacy do you think you're leaving?
I have a strong back, and I've lasted at Steadicam for 20 plus years. No, I guess that hopefully the films that I've been lucky enough to participate on, and that's been a great ride, and I have been very fortunate, that people have enjoyed that, and I'm sure it sends a message, and it's touched people in a way that, they, maybe will want to revisit the film, but something that they find to be like, it left an impression.
That's a lovely thing. Good answer. I approve of that legacy.
It's a good legacy, yeah. So it's not about me. It's about, I think, that the nature of the craft that we do and the nature of, filmmaking.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Okay. So if someone is looking, wants to do what you're doing, wants to climb the ladder to be a camera operator, what advice would you give them?
Okay. I get that question a lot, by the way. And it's a very...
Do you give the same answer every time?
Yeah. I'm going to go to my playbook on that.
Okay.
No, it's a unique place to be, and I think that if you like I always tell people, it'll happen if you pursue it, but that sounds a little bit trivial, but it's if you have the passion and the ability to put that passion somewhere, whether you're shooting your own material, operating for other people, lighting what you need to light, your stories will be recognized, and you should be recognized, hopefully, for your work. And it's about working with people who you can, create with and respond to that will help you get there.
But to work as a Steadicam or any aspect of being a camera operator, do you think it's important to learn other aspects of the production or stick strictly to working with cameras?
No, sure. The more you know about the process, the better it is for everybody. I mean, I try to participate, fully with, all departments on a movie, whether, it's the lighting and the grips, my camera team, the sound department, makeup, hair, wardrobe, set design. We're all connected. So the more you know and you can, participate and understand those crafts, the better off you're going to be. Yeah.
Right.
So we're just a small part of the image making, but we put so much effort into that because we're sustained by the technology driving it. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. I think that's some good advice. Did we get you out of the playbook a little bit, or that was verbatim?
I'm out of the playbook.
Okay,
yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I mean, we're live. We can't be always, going by the script.
No, live is good.
It's more fun
like
to,
live.
get off the cuff.
You could also say, just if you know a producer, go and use the nepotism thing and say, you're related to somebody, and that's how you get hired. Yeah.
That always helps.
Oh, that always helps, yeah.
Do you know someone at Warner Brothers?
I could make a phone call. Let me get my cell. I'll get you lined up. Allyson.
Okay.
That's not a problem.
Deal.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so I tweeted earlier that I would be talking to you.
Okay.
So I think I have some questions.
All right.
We have. So Steve says that he understands you recently wrapped on a Steven Soderbergh project that highly anticipated Godless and Twin Peaks with David Lynch. Can you tell me a little bit about working with these iconic creatures and translating their vision to screen?
Wow. Steve, how did you know that? You are very informed. Okay.
You got a fan base.
Got to meet you. So David Lynch, it was a truly amazing experience to be a part of his, work, especially Twin Peaks. He is a total auteur. He's a creator and such a revered artist. It was a pleasure and a treat for me, it was to be a part of that and to be working with him. Yeah. And the Godless Project, magnificent. I mean, we were in Santa Fe, New Mexico for about probably 5.5 months.
Beautiful.
And the quality of work that we were given with Scott Frank, our director, and also the writer, the director of photography, Stephen Meisler, was a really special project, especially when you're dealing with, the West and cowboys and horses and recreating that and the quality of light that you get in the desert. It was, we had some really, beautiful storytelling there.
Is there a place that you've always wanted to shoot for and film a movie and you haven't been to yet?
Yes, I'd like to go to Tahiti.
Ooh.
No, but I've been very lucky traveling the world to go to some really, amazing locations.
Which was the best place?
Oh my gosh, you're going to ask me that. The best place?
Does it involve a Hilton?
No, it didn't involve a Hilton. Sorry, Hilton, but I could say that for a fee. No, the best place would probably be was working in Rome.
Rome.
Rome
that's beautiful.
It was great. Yeah.
I feel like the streets would just come alive in the film.
Yeah, and the Italians love film, and they are filmmakers.
And
which
which film was that?
It was a small little movie called Nativity. Most people didn't see it, but we got to go to Rome.
Hey, why not?
Or I got to go to Rome, and a lot of us did, and it was a great experience.
That's great.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right, let's see some more tweets.
Okay, more tweets.
Um,
Keep tweeting.
So Joe wants to know, what role does technology play for the operator and the crew?
Okay, very good question, Joe. So the technology can make our jobs more user-friendly, meaning where we put the camera in positions that we could never put it in before, as far as composition and as far as in a physical space. Also, the technology of the size of the cameras now, come into play now, and the ability to stabilize a lot of our shots now in real time. With the advent of all the stabilized gimbals and different mounts have really become our kind of normal way of working. Yeah.
Do you find that coming somewhere like NAB is really a great place to find out about this new technology, or do you have a different way of finding out
No, it
about
is.
that?
This is a one-stop shop, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
So being here, it gives you the opportunity to go to all the different booths and to see all that technology on display in real time. Sometimes you don't get the amount of one-on-one with the equipment while you're here because there's so many people waiting to see it.
Right.
But it gives you the idea that when
crowded.
it's crowded, hugely crowded. So, but what it does do is when you leave here, you can then go and talk to the vendor and go in and check it out, saying, I saw it at NAB, but now I'd like to get more familiar with it and get my hands on it and really figure out what it does.
And can you still apply that NAB discount? Because you work on that?
On the big ticket items,
no, you
they're
can't
going to want to
that?
make you pay. Yeah.
You got to talk to Warner Brothers for that one.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So, So Robert wants to know a little bit more about SOC's drone and aerial camera operating workshops.
Okay. Robert, I hope you attend. So we have a workshop scheduled for, I think it's May 6th.
Okay, May 6th. And where
May
can
6th?
someone find out more information? On the website?
Go to the SOC website.
Okay.
So we're bringing in a lot of the major drone manufacturers. So this is the opportunity. Now, people who attend will not be able to pilot the drones. We have professional pilots for that. But you will be able to operate the gimbal systems on the drones. That's what it's about.
Okay.
It's about flying the drone in a real-time environment. We have airspace we've secured out in Simi Valley.
Okay.
And we'll be able to have probably like 3 to 4 drones in the air at a time with qualified pilots and an observer.
Of course.
And we have
Safety
all the different,
first.
all the different, gimbal systems will be there. We have DJI. We have, I think at the point we have Red, Shot Over. There's a few others. If I'm probably forgetting them, which is not.
That's
good.
okay, but everything's on the website.
But everything's on the website, yes. And we will have, systems that will be wheels enabled and also joystick enabled. Right.
So a little bit of everything.
It's a little bit of everything. So it's about getting, airtime practice, but hopefully creating shots and being more comfortable with the system. So if you ever have the opportunity to operate a drone shot, you will have done it or at least know what's to be expected of you as an operator.
What do you think about using drones?
I love drones.
Yeah? Have
Yeah.
you seen any cool ones that you want to...
Well, as a helicopter pilot, I have to say, I embrace the drones, and they're able to put the camera in a physical airspace that normally is not done even with a full-size, helicopter. So it's become a tool that we're using more readily, on film sets all the time. Yeah. But it's like anything. It's an acquired skill. It's not easy. It seems easy, and but there's a learning curve to it.
So you are a helicopter.
Yes.
I'm sorry. You're a pilot.
Pilot.
For helicopters.
Yes. among other things, as a hobby. Yeah.
Okay, and so do you think that has helped you embrace the use of a drone and be knowledgeable
Sure.
and being able
Yeah.
to use it?
Yeah. Aviation, I really enjoy it, and it brings a lot to me.
Yeah.
So having that background, watching what drones could do, I started thinking right away about, wow, this is something that's really going to make filmmaking, different.
Mm.
And it has been, because in the old days of, you had to really think about long and hard where a specific helicopter shot, would fit in.
Right.
Full time in a real size helicopter. Now with drones, it's the cost factor and the factor of getting that in proximity to things that you couldn't normally ever do has really made opportunities available.
Can you talk about an experience you've had on set using a drone?
We had drones on Godless.
Okay.
So we were able to take the drones and put them behind horses at a full gallop and track with them. And also track along, cliff faces and mountaintops and things, which would have been very challenging for a full-size helicopter, especially at those low altitudes. We could have the drone right at eye level to a horse, or right above the ground and rise up above the horse and track it.
That's so cool.
It was very, very, very cool.
That has to be so surreal. It's one thing to watch it in the theater once the film is out, but to be there while it's shooting, and that has to be such a surreal feeling.
Oh, yeah. When you see the shot developing in front of you in real time, it's quite an experience. But then when it starts to work and knowing where you can put the drone and it's in the right place at the right time and everything is coming together, it's spectacular.
So you're really waiting for that moment that you can take the drone to Tahiti and go over the
I'm just going
seas?
to Tahiti because I want to surf. It's all about surfing and having a cocktail.
I think Hilton has a property out there. You can make that happen.
I'm in.
So let's go back to talking about the Society of Camera Operators that you're the president of. Yep. Talk a little bit more about that and what their mission is and what you're trying to achieve, especially as the president.
Okay. Well, the Society is based on the appreciation and the understanding of what it is to be an operator. And it's to evaluate, all the work that's been done during the year and acknowledge that in our award show. But it's also to elevate and maintain the craft of what it is and has always been to be a camera operator, and what that role is on a film set, but how the operator is the author of that work that's coming from the camera along with the director of photography.
And have you found by being, I'm assuming you were a member before you became the president?
I was a member.
So have you found, what was that experience like? Do you get a more sense of camaraderie and like a family? I'm sure, being on set, you do build yourself a family with who you're working with, but is it to a completely different level being a part of the Society? Yeah,
it's a great organization to be a part of. The peer group and the individuals that are there are very highly regarded in the industry. So to know that you're part of that is, it's very special to be acknowledged with those, those letters. The SOC, it means a lot. And it's to be taking on a point that your work is at a certain point in your career that it's to be acknowledged. And then, it's to be honored having those letters. So, it's seeing what other people do throughout the year is always inspiring. And to have the show and have the awards for that work is, it's incredible, and people really enjoy it.
So where is the Society going? What's next for them? What are they moving towards? What's next?
We are moving towards having more, I think, at this point, more workshops and engaging our members with that stuff that's relevant, like the changing technology. For instance, drones was the thing that was necessary because drones are showing up on set all the time. And sometimes not operated. This is not to point fingers, but with the technology, sometimes the shots are not as cohesive as they should be. So introducing professional operators into that, hierarchy in that team is what we're trying to do, but it's giving people the understanding what it's like to be on a drone team. So that was part of the reason for the drone workshop, to bring up the quality of operating and to make it available to people who have done it, but they just don't know how to operate a drone.
Right.
So the workshops are important. So our big focus now would be education, and also, our events. We're having a big after-show party tonight.
Am I invited?
You're there.
I'm there?
You're VIP.
Oh, George.
The velvet rope will be lifted for everybody here at Be Terrific Live.
Wonderful.
Yes, for sure. We'll send some limos right over for you. I bet. Kristen, we can afford that, I'm sure. Yeah. Thumbs up.
So can you give us the website again, where they can find out more about the Society of Camera Operators?
Okay, let me, Kristen, what's our, SOC.org.
.org.
That came from my handler over there. I'm no good without my handler. We should take the camera and put it on Kristen. Yeah, so
get that in writing.
Get
next
that
time
in writing.
You need
She's
something.
worth it. She's worth it. So it's SOC.org, everybody. That's where you go to
great.
find out everything.
Well, George, thank you so much for spending so much time with me. It was great talking to you.
Allyson, back at you. You're amazing.
Oh,
And you're from New York, even better. No, it was a great moment being here with everybody at NAB. Enjoy the show. I hope you visit the SOC website and look forward to meeting you in person if you become a member or if you're around. Thank you.
Great. Thanks, George. I'm Allyson Berger, and we'll see you real soon right back here on Be Terrific.